A Commission of Enquiry has been appointed by Cabinet to look into a $500 million expenditure for the acquisition of land for the expansion of the San Fernando to Point Fortin Highway. This was announced today by Minister of National Security and Communications, Stuart at the weekly post-Cabinet media briefing. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton has more.
Minister of National Security and Communications Stuart said at least $500 million was spent, even though it was not necessary to purchase some of the land bought for the highway extension. A report requested by the Ministry of Works and Transport following a study it conducted into compensation for the highway extension project showed that while $800 million was allocated for the acquisition of land, $500 million had already been spent.
So the Ministry of Works did an extensive study of all of the documentation that they could find in relation to this land acquisition. And as the Ministry of Works began this exercise, a number of instances of concern came to our attention. For example, we found that where there were valuations of land for certain lower amounts, all of a sudden a valuation was then done for much higher amounts.
He said the commission will be chaired by retired Judge Sebastian Ventor.
He is going to be assisted by Commissioner Gregory Delzin. The counsel to the commission initially appointed, Senior Counsel Reginald Armour, assisted by two junior counsel, Vanessa Gopal and Mr. Rishi Das.
Minister Young said over 513 properties were acquired and paid for by the state.
There's still 495 properties that are required. There's a requirement for us to acquire. That is for the state to acquire. And then 291 properties which were served with land acquisition notices are no longer required due to design changes in the highway. And there now needs to be decisions as to what happens with that.
The commission will be asked to determine whether criminal or civil proceedings should be brought against those involved, including a cabinet committee headed by former Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissassa. Mahalia Joseph-Wharton, TTT News.